My dear friend, if these words are finding you right now, it is not an accident. There are moments in life when something higher than us reaches into our routine, touches the edges of our world, and whispers a truth our spirit has been waiting to hear. And if you have felt pressure around your work, your income, or the direction of your career, heaven is not only aware of it, heaven is the one stirring it. Most people never understand this. When God prepares to shift a life, He rarely begins with emotions or relationships. He begins with the structure that shapes your days, the place where your energy, your time, your strength are poured out, your work. For weeks now, your job has been sitting under a spiritual spotlight. You felt the tension without having the words, the restlessness that hits you before you clock in, the tightness in your chest that makes no logical sense, the quiet voice asking why you feel so disconnected even when nothing looks wrong on paper. The late-night thoughts about quitting, followed by the morning decision to keep holding on. The loss of motivation that does not match the level of effort you keep giving. This is not burnout. This is not laziness. This is divine interference. A holy disruption designed to pull you out of a place that can no longer contain the person you are becoming. When heaven wants to move you, it makes the old space shrink around you until staying feels harder than leaving. Chosen one, hear this with your whole spirit. God has seen the way you carry yourself in an environment that no longer feeds you. He has watched you give your best in spaces that barely acknowledge your presence. He has seen you swallow your frustration and still walk in with integrity. He has heard that soft, exhausted question you whisper in the car before your shift. The one that says, "Why am I still here?" Today, heaven answers you. Your job has been under spiritual review, not because you failed, not because you were ungrateful, but because the excellence you have been offering in a place that does not recognize excellence is producing something heaven refuses to waste. You have outgrown systems that refuse to grow with you. You have become trustworthy in spaces that no longer deserve what you carry. This is why the pressure rose. This is why your patience thinned. This is why small things suddenly felt heavy. Your spirit has been whispering, there must be more because there is more. Think about those recent days when familiar tasks drained you and people you once flowed with suddenly felt distant. Think about how you have been carrying the weight of 3 people while receiving the recognition of none. That is not coincidence. That is spiritual misalignment revealing itself through your everyday life. God is loosening your grip on the place you have been, so you can take hold of the place you are meant to be. And while you worry about bills, stability, and next steps, there are conversations happening with your name in rooms you have never stepped into. Someone is watching your consistency. Someone is impressed by your character. Someone has noticed what you carry, a quality that cannot be copied or taught. Your job was never just employment. It was the stage where the next version of you would be revealed. For some, elevation will come right where you are. For others, new doors will open in places you never even considered. For a few, God is guiding you into a field you never imagined. And for others still, heaven is preparing to build something entirely new through you. Something that will change not only your life, but the lives of those connected to you. Whatever your path, the message is the same. Heaven will not allow you to stay where your spirit has no room to breathe. You have been giving more than you receive, holding the weight without the title, solving problems without the credit. You have been the quiet foundation of a team that does not even realize it stands because of you. And God is saying, I saw every moment you thought no one noticed. Your financial atmosphere is shifting not because you forced it, but because heaven has declared that the season of being overlooked is ending. This is why your emotions have been unpredictable at work. This is why your heart refuses to settle. This is why the place you once tolerated now feels loud, tight, and too small. Something new is calling your name, something aligned, something worthy of you. And this time, you will not shrink to fit it. You will rise to meet it, because you were chosen for more than survival. You were chosen for expansion. Your environment is shrinking because your calling is expanding. And when a calling expands, God begins to rearrange every strand tied to your provision, your income, your positioning, your stability, and the opportunities that will carry you into the next expression of who you are meant to become. Something is shifting in the unseen. Something is aligning itself with your destiny. Something is cracking open that will not remain subtle or silent. The movement around you is real, and the more you try to make sense of it with logic, the more your spirit whispers that this change is not born from emotion, but from divine structure. You are stepping into a transition that is unfolding behind the curtain of your daily life, shaping itself in places you cannot yet touch, waiting for the exact moment to appear in a way you will not be able to ignore. You have been showing a strength that very few people understand, the kind that pushes you to show up on days when your heart feels hollow, the kind that helps you complete tasks even while your spirit aches to be somewhere else, the kind that carries teams, deadlines, and pressure with quiet steadiness while pretending everything is normal. Heaven did not miss a single piece of that. And now that your calling is stretching wider than the space you stand in, God is sending early signs that the season is changing. If you search your recent days with honest eyes, you might notice them already. Things that used to feel smooth now feel heavy. People who once leaned on you suddenly feel distant or unpredictable. The air around you feels unfamiliar, almost like you are standing in a hallway between what was and what will be. One door closing behind you while the next has not yet swung open. And here is a truth you may have needed for a long time. You are not losing motivation, you are losing tolerance. Tolerance for being undervalued. Tolerance for being underpaid. Tolerance for being overlooked. Tolerance for staying in environments that cannot see the weight of what God placed inside you. Heaven is lowering your tolerance, so you cannot settle in a role that was never intended to carry your next chapter. This is important because when God shifts your work, He does not simply change your job. He changes you. He widens your capacity so you can hold more. He sharpens your discernment so you can recognize what is meant for you. He strengthens your voice so you stop shrinking. He deepens your clarity so confusion cannot cling to you. And once He has reshaped you from the inside, He adjusts your environment to match the person you have become. This is why your world feels tight. This is why the conversations at work feel strained or hollow. This is why you feel tension in your spirit each time you walk into the same familiar building. It is not anxiety. It is not overthinking. It is alignment pressing against limitation, and alignment always wins. You are going to see something soon. People at your job will react differently to you, not because you changed your behavior, but because your spirit has shifted its posture. Your presence carries a new weight. Your boundaries stand firmer. Your patience now has a spine. Your silence carries authority. Your ideas feel sharper. Your focus is deeper. You do not have to announce elevation because elevation radiates from within, and that energy alone causes people to behave differently. Some will distance themselves. Some will criticize. Some will watch you closely. They do not know what is coming, but they can feel the spiritual atmosphere around you shifting before you do. God is lifting you, and the evidence is already leaking through your energy. Now let me speak into the part of your life that has brought you the most pressure, your provision. For too long, you have stretched just enough to cover what should have been more than enough. You have wrestled with numbers each month, trying to breathe stability into a situation that could not stabilize without the hand of God. You have carried financial pressures that do not match the amount of responsibility you manage. But hear this with your whole heart. God is not upgrading the struggle. God is upgrading the source. Heaven is not asking you to work harder. Heaven is positioning you to work in a place where your gift brings increase instead of exhaustion, where your talent is recognized instead of drained, where your calling is honored instead of minimized. That whisper inside you that keeps saying, "I cannot stay here forever," is not fear, it is prophecy. And soon you will see why. For some of you, important conversations are taking place behind closed doors about your value. Decisions are forming in rooms you have never entered. Doors are being prepared that your name is already written on. For others, someone with influence has quietly noticed your consistency and is preparing to open a path you did not have to ask for. For a powerful few, God is preparing you for an opportunity that will appear suddenly, almost out of nowhere, yet fit everything you carry with perfect precision. And for another group, God is calling you into a level of creativity, leadership, or independence you never imagined yourself walking in. Something that does not yet exist because you are the one heaven intends to build it through. Please take this into your heart. Your patience has not been wasted. Your loyalty has not been invisible. Your quiet endurance has not been ignored. Heaven kept every moment of it. And now that your calling is expanding, God is aligning your work with your worth. A raise cannot fix what you feel. A new title cannot fix it either, because the transformation happening in you is not about job position, it is about identity. You are becoming someone who no longer fits inside small roles, someone whose insight offers solutions, someone whose presence shifts the atmosphere of a room, someone whose gift generates opportunities simply by being fully expressed. This is the reason your work environment is being rearranged. God is not creating instability. God is creating momentum. You are being placed where your value is obvious, where your gift is needed, where your presence is honored, where your work is seen, where your income reflects the spiritual weight of what you carry. And when the moment arrives, and the door swings open, and the opportunity reveals itself, you will look back on this season and understand that heaven was not breaking you. Heaven was building you. And now you are ready. My dear friend, thank you for staying with me until the very end of this message. The fact that you listened, that you allowed these words to rest in your spirit, tells me something important about you. It tells me your heart is awake, your faith is alive, and your spirit is paying attention to the whispers heaven has been sending your way. It means you are not just hearing with your ears, you are listening with your soul, and I honor that. I honor the time you gave, the openness you offered, and the willingness to receive something deeper than information. You allowed space for transformation, and that alone sets you apart from the world around you. Every time you come here, you bring your spirit, your story, your battles, and your victories. And this space becomes more powerful because of you. You are not just an audience. You are part of a community of chosen souls, learning to recognize their worth, their calling, and their divine direction. And I am grateful for every one of you. If this message touched you, inspired you, or helped you breathe a little easier, I invite you to stay connected. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video waiting to speak to you in the exact moment you need it. There are more messages coming, more clarity, more healing, more spiritual guidance designed to lift you, strengthen you, and remind you who you are in the eyes of heaven. So, subscribe, stay close, and let us walk this journey together. Your future is unfolding, and I would be honored to speak into your next chapter.